What's going on, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to another Terp Talk Tuesday with my CannaCast. I'm CannaDave.
And I'm Groovee.
On today's Terp Talk, we got a little cannabis industry overrated, underrated edition. We got various of topics, variety of topics. We're gonna talk about.
We thought we had some fun today. We're taking a week off and a little vacation, so we just wanted to have fun tonight and kind of talk about. We went to Hotbox Social. Just kind of asked like what you've been smoking on, what's everyone doing. You know,
Method Mans brand Tical launched today in the state through Glorious Cannabis. So we're gonna be.
We were able to try it last night.
Yeah. So shout out to Glorious for inviting us out there. We're gonna be smoking that later on, but first I think we're starting off with the 24 karat.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do that for sure.
All right. So that's how we're gonna be smoking. But if you're just joining us, let us know what you're how you're consuming cannabis this evening. Hopefully you're having a good start to the week. Like Groovee said, we are taking a week off. He's going on a little vacation, so we will be off for the next Wake and Bake and Terp Talk, and we'll be back on I think the 28th of May. If I'm not mistaken, it's that Saturday.
Also got a gig that day. It's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, buddy, gotta love it.
Right, got everything pulled up.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
But yeah, the Hotbox Social thing was fun. Oh, what's up, Brian? What's going on, fam? The Hotbox Social thing was really fun. They were totally two different events, and that's I think what's kind of cool about the private part of the events right now is that it doesn't really show you, it doesn't really reflect it yet, like what it's gonna be like
when it's open to the public,
right?
Yeah,
because like you can kind of see. We didn't post anything yet, but there was some pictures. It kind of reminds me of a cigar bar. You know, if anyone's been to a cigar bar, there's a couple different sections. But there wasn't like a bar, obviously. There wasn't really anywhere you could get there was no vending machines or anything. But there was like catering that you could bring in. I wonder if when it goes public, they'll have more like stationary like vending machines and stuff. You know, stuff like that.
I mean, it would be nice to have a snack or two. If there's no food, like there was food last night, which was nice because we had that brisket and stuff.
Well, what I could eat, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you're smoking, because the cool part about it is you're able
what's up, Austin?
You're able to kick back and smoke weed inside a building, which is like you're like, okay, this is pretty cool, and like everyone's smoking weed.
Yeah, it was really tight.
Everyone's trying the product.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, like Dave said, we're smoking on the 24 karat. What? Not gold. 420.
24 karat.
That's all it is. I thought it said 420. I thought it was some other cross.
Oh, 24 karat punch.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, no, it's got like a fruit punch taste almost on.
Is it? I'm really cool. Dude, I'm telling you, that 420 peach was, if you like peach, that was ridiculous. I can't believe how dead on it was. But it was good. A big shout out to Glorious Brand, mainly because I love the idea of sticking hash into every product. I love that. They definitely do have some flour, but there's hash into a lot of their pre-rolls, and I love that.
Dude, you can't beat it.
Yeah, much love to Austin for inviting us out. T-Dub is dabbing on some grapefruit.
Okay, by who?
Live resin from Fresh Coast.
Okay, I actually
I've been seeing a lot of stuff around. Weren't they at the other event you did with the Consumption Lounge?
Yeah, they were at the Cannabis Business Professionals event. I think that they threw on that.
Well, see, that one, and that one was what's it called? That one was totally different, right? You said it was open outside and it was like loud. There was a lot more movement. This one was so chill and you could hang out and just
completely
network.
Different vibes. Yeah, completely. Which was pretty cool because the other one they had a tent outside, so you could actually go outside. It was like almost like a graduation tent, I'd say, where they had that set up, but it wasn't there the other day. And you were able to smoke. They had multiple vendors, and with the vendors, they had their product. So I was actually able to dab some Fresh Coast rosin, which was pretty good. I'm blanking on the name.
It was interesting to try it all because this was a private event by Glorious, so we got to smoke all the Glorious stuff
that was it.
And try it.
Bless you.
Try different stuff, so I really enjoyed it. I'm telling you that peach. Wait until you try that. I literally messaged you like twice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You tried that peach yet? I'm like, I have not yet.
Dude, I'm at work.
I know. I was like, dude, I've already been clocked in for like 3 hours.
Oh my god, that's true. I just woke up. These guys,
I was already in a meeting. I was like, oh man, this is a great start to the day. But no, some of their stuff, like, I was impressed that it hits. So I'm excited to do the Sweet Island Skunk as well too. Spike Punch. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. You're absolutely right, T-Dub. And that rosin was good. I was actually I tried that, and then they had another one because they had like I was just dabbing out their puff. I was chilling with blanking on their names, but whoever
Spike
they
Bunch?
were, yeah, it was the rosin they had by Fresh Coast. It was very good, flavorful. Obviously, I love solventless, so I would say I like that better.
Well, I mean, dude, no shit. Yeah, every time Austin was like talking about all that solventless, you're like, yep. 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 Like, don't get me wrong. I love wax, but if you hear the word rosin, CannaDave's like, he's involved. Don't get me wrong. I love it too. I'll take a dab.
No, I know. I don't know, man. I really love it. It's just so expensive, but it was good stuff. I'm excited to see more of their product in stores. I'll have to try some of their concentrates. But overall, yeah, Hotbox is pretty good. It's a neat spot. I'm excited to see it open to the public because I think it'd be cool just to be able to go there, like.
Well, I want to see how it functions because I think it's going to be totally different.
That's
because there was like lockers and they had like little things, so it reminds me of a cigar bar, but a little more casual. In one of the rooms you couldn't even smoke.
Yo, what's up, Dean?
One of the rooms you couldn't even smoke. I thought that was interesting. You actually had to
dab. You only could dab. You could only dab there.
Yeah, you could only dab.
Which was like you could use it. You could use a rig, but you couldn't smoke like actual weed. But the door was pretty much open to that room, so it's like
I think it was just about. It wasn't about. Of course, the whole place smelled like weed. Like that's where the weed was at. It was more. I think it was just kind of like, hey, if you want to break from just the blazing,
the clouds,
because it was like just a cloud in there.
It was
fun.
Hey,
it was cool.
I mean, a place to smoke weed and chill, I think is cool. Hopefully people are checking it out and starting to think, hey, maybe we can bring these to our cities and open it up. But you have to do it right, though. I'm curious how it's done,
Well, and that's my thing is like this is the first one, right? They have the bottleneck on it. Once these open up
in the whole state,
right?
Too,
and there's more of them. Wait until there's so many of them that it's like, oh, that's just it's Hotbox, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, Hotbox, sweet. Thanks for having the events. Like, it's really cool. But like, this is just the first one.
Yep.
There's gonna be so many on this tip because this is essentially like if you could have got in on like bars becoming a thing. You know what I mean? In my opinion, because I think we maybe not as big because there are more people that drink. I think it's more acceptable. But as weed becomes more acceptable, I think the increase in cannabis use in lounges in public, it's gonna be more of a social thing. Let's go play some pool. Let's smoke some joints. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I used to love going to the pool hall
because there's no liquor, there's no alcohol. It's just straight weed. I'm curious because you can't bring your own bud. So I'm curious how eventually will they have like vendors there, like vendor days. Like you just have vendors that are just there all day, right?
Right.
4 hours with product. I don't know. So, what up, Austin?
Yeah, I know I saw him. Yeah, that'll be tight. But that kind of so tonight we're just kind of playing a game, and we really want to get everyone's opinion because it's a game, but there are some serious topics, right? Because like in the industry, I guess at least, not like serious like. Hide your kids. Like more like serious and like we're gonna talk about like THC percentages, things like CBD or just like other sorts of debatable topics that the cannabis industry faces because we wanted to see what people's thoughts were, so we decided to play. Explain.
Yeah, we've done it. I think we did on the Wake and Bake one time. It was like overrated, underrated. Mm-hmm. Also, you can say perfectly rated, but just for text purposes, we went overrated, underrated. Yeah, so if something's in the middle and you're like, that's perfect.
Yeah, and if it's perfect, just explain why and just put a little comment on like what you think because some of this stuff is like super debatable and some of it's like
it's stuff we've talked. Some of the stuff we talked about, some of it we haven't talked about. So it'll be interesting to see everyone's opinion and say here, but you guys aren't calling in right now, so I won't be able to hear you guys. But
come on down. Da-da-da.
We did do that one. We did do that one time.
That would be pretty sweet. Well, I'm going to start off with this because I just ruined it. THC percentage, because this is one of the most famous things in the world. Is it overrated or is it underrated? And if you want to say perfectly rated and you want to be that sometime like C answer, like gotcha, bitch.
All right.
You can, but I just want a reason for it. Why is it perfectly rated?
Perfectly rated.
So I'm gonna go first, just so I can rip it a new one. I think it's way overrated. Like I used to like think THC managed, but I really think it's overrated. Now, do I think it doesn't matter at all? Mm-hmm. Like no, I think it matters a little bit, especially on how fast you want to feel it, how long. I think that does kind of have to do with it. But if I'm gonna like stay high mentally, I gotta have flavor, and that's my important thing. So I think THC is just way overrated, and it's just become this sellable, quantifiable thing, mm-hmm. right? Like we can sell it, we can base taxes on it, like we can arrest people on these percentages. Just kind of, or THC was just a way to cap like how we can prove someone's like how high I'm getting you.
Yep.
But you can't really prove that unless you smoke the product or dab the product. I mean, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to
What's up,
go with
Nick?
the same
What's
as
up?
I'm gonna have to go
What's up,
same with
80?
you on that one. Overrated. I think it's overrated for many reasons. One, I think flavor plays more of a factor. I think it all depends on the entourage effect to me. I think honestly, if you get a lower THC percentage and a good flavor and good effects, it's gonna be better.
Right,
I do know though, in certain times though, you are gonna want that. So it's gonna be personal preference. This one's like personal preference on what you'd want to choose. But I'm definitely not always leaning towards the highest THC. Like I rarely, I think, go for that. And if it ends up being the
Maybe
strain
I
that I
should've put
want,
high THC, but yeah, but that's okay.
but I'd be right around with you on that.
I
man.
just-
Overrated.
I mean, to me, it's just one of those things that it's like I've had shit that was like 15%, I got lit. I've had shit that was like 25, and I didn't. So it's like to me, it's just not something I can really to me, it's not something as it's gonna guarantee a high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like other debatable terms. Oh, this is a good comment. T-Dub says, is there any way to get more accurate testing so it's not plus or minus 10%?
Oh, I hate that.
That's a good point because it's like, how does THC percentage matter if it's 13% and it's up or down 10%?
Well, yeah. It depends on how long it's on the shelf and all that.
But you know what up or down 10% means? It's not
usually-
gaining terpenes in the
it's
in the
not gaining
container.
THC.
It's losing.
Yeah.
That just means negative 10. That gives us a leeway to whatever it is. We're good. It's super weird, and that's why.
So
How is
it's
it
10%? So
quantifiable?
that's 0% THC? No, I'm just kidding. You'd still have some THC. I
Like if it ain't, if I listen, if the bag opens up and I can't smell it already, I'm like, all right, uh-oh, red flag. You know what I mean? Like this is like swipe right or whatever is not good. I don't swipe.
That's
but,
what Ricky just said on IG. Actually, needs to have that smell to even get me interested. If there's no smell,
Oh yeah, see, Ricky, my dude, appreciate you tuning in. What you smoking on? Canacon 810. What up, fam? What are you smoking on? Yeah, I mean,
what
smell.
up, Drew?
See, smell.
What's going on, dude?
Some people want bag appeal, right? Like, what does it look like? I just where I was going with that bag is if I can open up and at least smell it in the bud, it'll at least be an all right smoke. But if I don't smell it right there, it's not gonna taste the way I really, So it's like THC percentage has nothing to do with it. With my flavor and what I'm smoking.
no, that's
You know what I'm
overrated
saying?
to me.
Way overrated. All right.
Actually, we got one comment. Dave Cobb said, overrated for sure. You could test the same plant from 3 different areas and get 3 different numbers.
Interesting. Yeah, see, I love the
Appreciate you,
grower's
Dave.
perspective on that one. That's good. I like that one. I appreciate that. Here,
And then Austin goes, can't be rock hard when you open a bag.
Okay, yeah, get the PGRs.
Oh, that's
PRGs?
actually a good
What
one.
did I just say?
Yeah, PGRs.
PGR,
You
did I
said
say it right?
Yeah, you
Dude,
said
I
right.
always get that mixed up, so I'm always worried I said something wrong. I'm like always mixing shit up.
What's the next one you got here,
Sean's
Groovee?
probably haven't said like CHT.
Oh, God.
A chit?
I don't
What's the
know.
chit percentage? Okay, but here's one of mine. I want to hear it because this is a little bit debatable, especially because we got some caregivers in the chat. Indica sativa hybrid terms.
All right, my opinion.
Well, I'm going to go with overrated again. I mean, we should probably pick one that is over under. But the only reason
I
why
know,
is
you get-
because of it's just this was in a row what I had.
I know.
They were close. I feel like I was going to lead into it anyways. These are the
I
most
told you to do
debatable
that,
ones,
so.
man. It's because people just like I mean, that's what we were taught, right? We were taught indica's going to put you down, sativa's going to be the head high. Some people will still argue that it's a thing. And to some degree, I think it is a good generalization. I do think generally you're going to hit your nail on the head, but there's probably that 25%, 20% time you're not going to be right. Why not tune it in more?
Makes sense.
And really, it has to do with growing, right? So that's
More
why
so,
it's
yeah.
kind of hard for me to say, is it overrated? I want to say it's overrated as far as like slang terms, but like it's perfectly fine to say it when you're in the grow room, or when growers are talking about how long I needed to grow this shit for.
See, that's why I would lean towards perfectly rated, because in the industry for dispo selling the product, it's more so overrated atrociously, right? Because like you just said, you get an indica and it gives you more of the uplifting, euphoric effects, while you'll get a sativa, which will put you on the couch and make you sedative. It's based off more off of the terpenes and the other factors within the plant, or the other cannabinoids, flavonoids,
I feel you.
and terpenes when you're consuming the product. So,
but sometimes I think that's why I started defining things in our reviews. If anyone's ever car reviews, please check it. We're doing a bunch of High Times reviews right now. But I define the sativa indica reference to sedative and psychoactive, because it's like is it affecting your cerebral or is it affecting your body? You know, either way, it's affecting your mind. It's just, what is it? What's receptors, right? Because if I hit it, like, obviously it's my mind that thinks I'm numb. I'm not, like, numb, right? But it's my body buzz. So to me, that, like, there's sedative weed, and then there's, like, am I staring at a wall, or am I, like, talking too much? Those are the cerebral ones. They're affecting my brain somehow. So I think that's where we need to move into is sedative and cerebral. And then hybrid would just be, it's mixing those two things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, pretty much all genetics right now are hybrid because all the landrace strains have pretty much been muddied down. Think about like all the genetics right now. A lot of people are smoking.
Sativa and go to sleep. So
yeah, so I mean, that's just how it is, you know.
THC is sedative though, like in general. That actually, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like just cannabis in general is like more of a downer than upper. There are some weeds that will lift you up, but generally, yeah, I'd say that. But because I'm a hyperactive personality. If it is one of those like less heavy hitting ones, like it really just chills me out. It doesn't knock me out.
I feel you on that. I feel that 100%.
Indicas won't make you energetic. See, I would beg the differ. So, like, what if you're in extreme pain? So I've met people that take Vicodin when they're after extreme pain. They would eat 2 or 3 Vicodin and be in a better mood. They want to do stuff because they're not in pain.
Makes sense.
So I would debate on what is the perception of the person. And then it'd be more understanding of what kind of strain you need and what's going to work best with you. So, I mean, I think it would depend on who's smoking it, you know? And that's why it's very subjective to round to just indica, sativa, hybrid. So, overrated. But
that was perfect. It depends. It depends. It goes to both ways. Because if you're, like I said, cannabis industry completely overrated because that's how they were debating where it was going. And then I do think back in the day, more for growers, they were debating on the indica, sativa, and hybrid. So hit us with another one there, Groovee.
Hit us with another one, Groovee. I guess that's me. It's my job. I'm the guy. All right.
You are the guy. And T-Dub, love that comment. Appreciate it. Everyone, yeah, hit that like button, share button. If you're watching, comment. Appreciate it. Share with your friends, family.
I'll do one that's more debatable. Let's do this. Old school genetics. Because this is something I really want to hear people's thoughts. Because some people are like, "Oh, like wow, I haven't sour diesel."
Old school, we're talking like some skunk one, some
landrace strains like
Durban poison.
Yeah, some of the strains
some Thai stick.
The strains that your daddy's daddy smoked. You know what I mean? You know, older strains. I mean, old school might have been older strains. I just like not popularized. You know, not the runts, not the cookie stuff, not the mints, not the, I don't know, every single pie, every single citrus, all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
I don't know how to feel about this because some part of me says underrated, but I've had some really good genetics nowadays that makes me feel like good weed is good weed, right? Because some of those strains back in the day, I don't think tasted that good. Some of them did. Some of them didn't.
I say
so I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
Underrated.
Why is that?
Because, man, those strains were just, from what I remember back in the day, just so good. Like, that was, like, some gas, like... And that's where the genetics, where everything came from to the newer ones. The newer ones have the older ones in it, right? Like, down the lineage, you're going to see some of these old-school genetics in a lot of the newer ones. And I feel like a lot of the old-school ones, you just don't see no more. So it's like a diamond in the rough or something that doesn't come around often, right? Blue Moon, right? And if it's done good, I mean, it's going to be good. Like Northern Lights,
but does you missing them make them better, or does that just mean you really like different tasting weed and you haven't had it in a while?
Both. I think a lot of the weed hasn't been tested as much as the newer product out there. What if there's some of the terpenes and all the
how could you?
Right, because the market was different. You're testing all the newer product. A lot of the growers are growing.
You didn't have the access. Newer product. It was like it was natural.
Remember when we were first starting smoking, man? OGs were huge.
What's up, Travis?
You see OG now, but you don't see OG as it was dominant before, man. There was so much OG out there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
and I just think a lot of people like I love the flavors of where the taste and the cannabis is going. I love that, but I do think it'd be nice to have still like a 30-40% of old school genetics versus new school genetics on the shelves, or But I don't even do that myself though. I haven't been able to find some old school genetics to even grow.
Well, I guess my thing is that I'm trying to say is that I could see. Personally, And you may hate on me in the comments. It's fine. But I do think some are a little overrated and some are a little underrated. So I don't know where to land. Like, 'cause I love me some sour diesel. If I could get sour or super silver haze, you know, there's certain strains where I'm like, and I would call those old school because they're old to me, right? A decade old. But like, I still love me some Cushmans. I love me some GMO. I love me some whatever the triangle mints. You know, I love these random new ones. So it's like, and they don't taste like the old ones, man.
Yeah,
They
but
taste different.
But they think about a lot of the old ones are grown outdoors. They're not grown under LEDs.
So you're
you got
thinking, what would it be like to grow some
mediums.
Thai indoors?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Think
how
about
would
think
that
about
really
think about
taste?
what think about where you're taking what we're doing
That's
now
true.
in
Remember that-
cultivation and using it within the 60s, 70s genetics, 80s
Yeah.
genetics, and taking that and using it now.
Yeah, okay.
What lights were they using then? You're probably doing most outdoor. I mean, what did you
No.
even have as light bulbs for your normal lights then? I don't even know, right? I think LEDs are huge, so going to that way, I would love to see some old school on growing under some LEDs, maybe some living soil, maybe do some. Everyone's doing what is it, Athena? So throw some Athena.
You're saying like new school techniques with old school genetics.
Yeah,
Because
try it
imagine
out,
how
man.
good they would be.
Try
And
it
that's
out.
I could not.
Cultivators are
If
crushing
I got
it right
to
now.
see,
There's so much
if
great
I got to
cannabis
see a
out there.
sour diesel grown with like new techniques, like a true sour diesel. Oh my f, dude! I hear you because I don't even know what that would be like. Because like unless you knew the right grower or knew how to grow back then, because I mean I'm not saying it was rare back in the day. It's just communication was less. You know, we didn't have the internet to just go check a blog for information and have a discussion with fellow like-minded people. You know, Reddit wasn't a thing in the until '91. You know, the internet wasn't a thing until '91. I mean, so
but Reddit was way after.
my whole point is that like the information thing didn't happen until like late '90s, early 2000s. So it's like people before then, you had to just know someone that just knew how to grow weed.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So I don't know. I think it's
So-
tough, man. It's tough. It goes both ways on that one. That's a good one.
See what I mean,
That's a
though?
good
Like,
one.
that's
That's a
why
good
it's
one.
one of those ones that, like, see, that's what I'm trying. That's why I think this game is fun if we don't just pick, like, trendy things. We're trying to pick things that are really in the industry, and it's like, whoa, man, is it? Okay, this one's fun. I want to do this one.
Do we got any comments on this one before we go into anything? I'd
Let
like
me
to
see. Let me see. I didn't really look. Legendary strains I completely missed due to age, like Acapulco Gold. Actually, I had some Acapulco Gold recently, and it was hash, dabbable hash, and my God, fire. If you're still in the comments, I think he was here earlier. I would say underrated. Most of the older strains didn't have the cultivation science behind it. Yeah, dude, Andy's right on the same page with you. I didn't even see it. Yep.
Dave Cobb goes, True Thai needs to be grown in Thailand. Underrated. Some of the greats just got passed by.
Well, isn't that what makes them those genetics? Is because they were like Thailand weed, like it's just it was grown with that soil.
Yeah,
like soil affects the flavor so much. We learned with just living soil. Like when you switched, and when we seen people switch, it affects the flavor so much. Like phenos matter, but like it's like when we talk about genotypes versus phenotypes. Genotype, yeah, exactly, because your mediums and your light matters to the phenotype. It doesn't matter to the genotype. And like that was a really great episode to talk about. What's up, Seeb? Or C-Cob. What up, Seeb? What the hell did I just say? Gringo Pete, what's going on, fam? Everybody on IG. Did I get some super silver? Yes, I did. And we smoked it, and it tasted like some silver haze. And I don't like hazes except for super silver haze.
Super silver.
I don't know what it is. It just, a lot of those hazes get that super Jack Herrera taste, and like super silver haze just has like a little bit with some skunk in there, and I'm like, all right, cool.
He's like, that's just enough. Just a little bit. It's just a little bit of sprinkle on it. Just a little bit.
Whip.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So it's Northern Lights, skunk, and haze crossed. And I love me some skunk and Northern Lights.
Yeah, shout out Glorious on that.
Yeah, so I you know, old school genetics, love them. So, see, super lemon hazes are the ones I didn't used to like, but people love them.
Oh, I love lemon. Yeah, lemon haze, man. That was.
I got lots of exotics. Perfect. Okay, well, the next one I want to talk about this because this is like if you've been how long. See, shows how long people have been smoking.
Okay.
Orange zigzag papers. Overrated, underrated.
Oh god.
What do you think, man?
Overrated. Overrated. Those papers are trash. No,
Really?
I'm
Trash,
going harsh.
huh?
I'm going harsh. They're just. I'm sorry if anyone uses them. I'm just not a fan of them. They're overrated to me. I'd rather get some hemp zigzags or hemp raws. It's just too much paper. The paper is just so thick. It takes away from the flavor of the bud. And if you put a filter on it, you're like taking away so much flavor of the bud. Like I don't know. And I wasn't a fan of the white the smaller white zigzags either. The like original
I could have just
size.
made the zigzags in general, I guess, because zigzags were like that old paper.
Okay,
right?
but I love the ultra thins, dude. I was on those for a while, and now I'm on the zigzag hemp. That's all I've been rolling, but I didn't bring
that's
any
usually
tonight.
what I do. I just like hemp in general.
I like hemp too.
So
now.
I'm gonna have to go with like Overrated, but it's just because I feel like but like everyone started smoking with those. And
I
just
did.
thought
I
that
did
was
use them.
funny.
I used them.
Like,
I smoked them a
Who
lot.
hasn't rolled? Who doesn't know that taste?
One of my
you know?
mentors was that's all he smoked was orange zigzags. Like all the time, I was like, dude,
My old
there's so
man
many.
used white, so I gotta say Overrated, and that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
this is where everyone used to smoke weed back in the day.
It's just not the go-to.
Ooh,
man. It's not the
Overrated, but I don't
go-to.
like papers at all.
Okay,
Good comment.
okay.
I like that one. He's like, out. Fuck papers. I'm out.
About the glass.
Out that life, dude.
Ultra thins, yeah, I like the ultra thins too. That's my shit.
Yeah.
I don't use them no more. I really don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just thought that would be funny. I didn't think that would be like super long, but not like super like industry mattered. All right. How about this one? That one's gonna. Oh, this one's actually kind of. Do we have some growers? Should I do some growing stuff, or do you want to do? I got one more before growing. How about this one? Celebrities getting into the cannabis industry.
Oh damn! Well, speaking of that, then we should spark up that Sweet Island skunk.
Yeah, sure. Well, as we think about that, you want to give a shout out to the sponsor since we're halfway through the episode, anyways.
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
that.
We'll do
and then
that.
we'll get
Why?
into
So,
it.
everyone, that's going to be our next
And then
topic.
we'll get
I want to
into,
hear your opinions
the
because
it's a good
debatable.
topic. Yeah, I mean, it can go both ways. It goes both ways on that. So it could go
And I've
over
had it
and
go
under.
both ways, especially this
Yes.
one. Pretty solid. It's
Yes.
the one about the smoke. So,
So yeah, let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yo, yo,
So
yo.
kicking it off, let's start off with DNK Growers. Do you prefer quality over quantity and affordable price? Do you like craft cannabis? Well, check out DNK Growers or out of Lansing, Michigan, and at www.dnkgrowers.com. Everyone deserves great flower at an even better price. You can find them located now at Great Lakes Holistics in Kalamazoo, also in Ypsilanti, Burton, Flint.
and
then-
definitely the High Times bag, sativa flower. Check them out.
So check them out. Great Lakes Holistics out in
Yep.
Kalamazoo.
And are you looking for seeds for your next harvest? With over 100 different seeds, genetics, and Michigan breeders, you can visit Seed Hub in the shop personally in Lansing, or you can check out seedhub.shop. And then at checkout, use MICANNA15 for 15% off your next seed order nationwide. And that's free shipping everywhere, completely legal. They got spores. You're supporting local brand, small business. Show some love. We appreciate it a lot.
Also, shout out to Winewood Organics. Check out the first micro business in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Winewood. Use code MyCannacast. Receive 35% off your first time visit. That's an extra 10% off. That's an extra. Yeah, I just said that 10%. And it's first locally grown cannabis. So get some locally grown cannabis. They got hash pre rolls, solventless. They got sauce cards. Everything's 100% organic, done in house, tested in house, and farm to table, literally right there.
I mean, it's all in the same building.
Exactly.
And just want to say a little shout out to the micro business thing. I really do love the idea, and it's really cool because it's like that. I mean, I don't know. It's like that little middle ground. You know, you're in your own little zone doing your own little thing. So it's cool. So much love. Thank you for all the sponsors and all your support and continued support. And yeah, let's get back to it. Yeah. So since now we gave you a little bit to think about it, what do you think, man? Celebrities getting into cannabis. Because we've seen it been positive and we've seen it been negative.
I mean, a lot of it has been
Just selling names.
just selling names, and I would say not probably in the most, I guess, positive manner, right? Like, first off, what was it? Jakua, the Lil Wayne brand, was pretty
Garb.
awful.
Well, that was the first time I've seen it just be like kind of, I don't want like hoard out, like the name, just for the name, right?
Yeah.
You could tell it was Lil Wayne's just getting paid, right? Maybe he did smoke some good flower during the photo shoot, but who knows if it was even that flower. But
I mean,
I think it can be good if the intentions are for them to get into cannabis. So like how I'm blanking on his name right now, but Viola.
yep.
Right, I think that can be good for the industry because
Al
it's like, hey,
Harrington's
look,
brand.
you're bringing someone that is from a socially. Because this is my thing. This is why I want to say sometimes it's a good thing, and I will argue sometimes it's a bad thing. It all depends on how the celebrity's name is used, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like the celebrities like Viola who are coming in like, I'm gonna get in the industry. I'm coming from the NBA, a recognized thing. Is a household name, NBA. If you don't even like sports, you know what it is. You know, so you're like, oh wow, he's an accepted person. Kind of like what Gary Payton did, kind of introducing that whole like it's okay to talk about weed and being famous with something that doesn't like weed. You know, so I thought that was kind of cool. But when you started seeing just brands and brands not caring about their product, not caring where it goes or whatever, you know, it was a bummer, you know. And that's why, you know, seeing this Method Man one, like the Tical guys were talking about how they're gonna have it go to 8 different shops. I forget what it was, like minority owned shop. So it was like they have a brand goal. So, you know, I respect that more. You know, I don't know everything about the brand, but like I said, that's why I say brands like Viola. You know, because that's the one I could say for sure.
Well, they had that product that came out with Iverson.
With Iverson too,
and
right.
that was.
It was good stuff.
Really good stuff. Like
the genetics held up. That was a new flavor.
The flavor taste, it smelled good. The effects were pretty decent on it. It's like, so that was good. But then you got like Mike Tyson come in, joining Common Sin, doesn't even look into the state, you know, and just joins with them.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Well, it just
bringing in the product like that.
That's why I said I can't say.
We haven't tried the product. We tried. What did we try? What was it? Tommy Chong's, Willie Nelson's. What was it? The flower that we tried, the pre-rolls, and that wasn't that good. And I forgot who that was with.
Yeah, that was a bummer because we like Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, we like his NFT project. It's like we're both homies. So, but we like.
Do you want to come on the show?
No idea. Yeah, right. But we have no idea. I just like you gotta kind. I guess you gotta like kind of like when these celebrity things, you gotta like wait a little bit, see how it goes. You know what I mean? I had a lot of hopes for that Goo stuff. And like T-Dub saying in the comments, Cookies Gary Payton is trash. And honestly, if the cultivator was from Michigan, it could have been. Because the shit I had here was not good. But way back when, you know, when the Cookies first opened. You know, but the shit I had in Cali was good. Like, I don't know. Cultivator matters so much. You know, are they even using the same mediums? Who knows?
I mean,
when you sell a strain, does that mean
the cookies we tried?
Do they grow it however they want, right? Like, they could just grow however they want.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be what your cultivator is gonna want to probably grow at in that area. You gotta have your master grower there, right? It's not like
and he says, if you can't trust Method Man for your weed, who can you trust?
That damn right.
That's hilarious. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill,
I think you hit it on the head, Groovy, though. It just depends, man. Like, there's a lot that's bad, but there's some that haven't come out that have been decent. Like, Ben Wallace dropped with Rare. I haven't tried the product yet, but I'm curious how that is. But he's huge in the Michigan market, you know?
I like hash. Sorry, I kind of zoned out there, but this has got hash in it. I just taste it. I like hash. I do. I like it a lot. Oh, what's up, Ghostbusters? How's it going, fam?
Method Man, Miko Cream, yep. Cash rules everything around.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know. It can really depend. And, like, that's the thing is, like, that's why I didn't want to say overrated. Because, like, it isn't necessarily overrated. I mean, they were just famous. Like, they just got paid to do something that you recognize them for. You know, I mean, I'll be honest, like, you know, there's people that get paid hundreds of millions of dollars in the NFL, and I wouldn't recognize them if I bumped into 100%. Them. You know, like, so, but there's people in the EDM scene that people would never be like, who? And I'd be like, oh my God. Like, right, so it's like, kind of depends, you know what I mean? Oh, there's I know a grower named Ben Wallace from Michigan. That's funny, but I wonder because I thought there was talk Ben Wallace was going to get in the cannabis industry too.
Oh, he did. He dropped that strain with
Rare. Yeah, that was real quiet. Forgot about that one.
It was the same weekend as the Iverson one. It was actually Hash Bash weekend.
Overrated. Tito's given overrated, but I mean that makes sense. I mean, because I'll be honest, like I think it's just kind of one of these things where it's like it got a little too trendy, and there was just like everyone was doing it. You know, unless you have that like, here's my goal with this, and like I really love weed to begin with, like. Yeah. I know Lil Wayne loved weed to begin with, but it's not like he's repping Goo wearing the Goo stuffs like he's the CEO. He literally was just like, Goo and then he disappeared.
And probably took a strain and said it was...
here's $400,000 to do a photo shoot.
Yeah, that was trash. Like, a lot of them have been absolute trash, though. I think even Justin Bieber did like something with...
well, to me, it's just...
a brand out in Cali, and I think it was like... what the Mad Men, maybe?
Right. But like, I guess why it's overrated to me is it's just like packaging. Fancy packaging. Sure, sometimes
well,
it's
the
cool.
quality doesn't match up to the price point that they're trying to sell for the most of the time, too.
Because they're trying to sell it at, I'm a celebrity,
trying
I'm
to sell
rich.
that at a quality premium for $60 an eighth when it's tasting like a $20 eighth.
Right, because Lil Wayne's a baller or whatever they were trying to
this
sell.
is what Lil Wayne's
whatever.
smoking. I'm guaranteeing
Wheezy, baby.
that's not what he's smoking.
But like you can find, dude. I mean, I've had, and that's why I can't really say, oh, Dispo bud better. This bud's better. Like it just depends on the grower. Like there's some garbage ass companies out there, and there's some garbage ass growers out there. Like sometimes they're not. But actually, that's a good one. I want to put this. This is the one. I lost it.
What is it?
Shit.
What is it? What is it?
Apparently, I didn't make it.
Oh, nice.
Where the hell did it go?
I would trust.
I'm gonna pull up another one, and I'm gonna edit this one real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right. I would trust the quality of Wheezy's Lean Company.
That's fair.
The weed was mids at best.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's fucking true. I really would though.
That's
all right.
hilarious.
You ready for this one?
Yeah, let's go. What is it? You edited it up.
Dispos.
Damn.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh no, man. So tomorrow we got a new episode dropping.
This guy just cops right out. Just cops right out. No, Dispos. Is it overrated? Is it underrated?
You gotta give me a second think about it, but I'll start off with this.
Perfectly rated if you just want to cop out right
Ah,
now.
that's
perfectly rated. I don't know, man. Dispos.
It goes both ways because it goes, like some of the other ones. Because here's my opinion: like you have people that
Tito goes nice move. Dick move, man.
You do got to give a shot.
Oh man, no, I think okay. Okay, maybe this.
The accessibility
I'm gonna correct this.
is nice
Hold on,
because
I'm gonna
everyone's
correct it
able.
because we can do Dispos at first, but what I should have put was Dispo weed. That's what I should put. Dispo weed. What's everyone think about Dispo's weed? Like going to the Dispo, does that mean it's gonna be good? What do you think? Because Dispos are necessary for access.
Yeah, you need.
That's
it
why
for access,
that's not
for
what I meant. I meant
accessibility.
Dispo weed. That's what I meant. I didn't mean because Dispos like you said, I love the caregiver system needs to be here. They started the caregiver the system here in Michigan.
They were able to build an adult use program.
You know, we have to talk about the fact that these rights need to be around. But
yeah, speaking of that real quick, actually speaking of that real quick, we should make sure that we continue to call our legislation about those bills and keep telling them no. I'm blanking on the House bills right now.
Your area, yeah, definitely.
Because Steve Linder and the MCMA is still trying to push these through right now, even though it's been quiet somewhat, but there's people are talking about it, so I want to mention that real quick briefly.
Yep.
So
well, and that's the
still
thing.
Key for the Michigan market. Like you gotta.
They have to exist. Some people need things directly. It's a fact. It's not like a maybe. Like the medical exists for a reason. You know, the adult use is just the fun side, and what gets it closer to decriminalization.
Which makes it like just like cigarettes and alcohol, just another commodity that you can just buy at the store.
Right, and that's kind of the thing. It should be treated as such. You know,
I think Dispo's, like going back to your Dispo question. I mean, I guess perfectly rated on them and a cop out because
Dispo's weed.
Oh, Dispo's weed, man. It depends on brand to me because
that's what I was about to say. I think it's overrated because I'll be honest, it's overrated in the sense of just because you go to Dispo does not mean it's gonna be good weed. It used to be like 10 years ago, 2015, 14. Like it was. Well, no, not even. It wasn't. 15, it really did matter. I think because I didn't know anyone that grew good weed back then. And no offense, you didn't. But
I'm taking.
No,
I still don't. But
no, it's fire now. But I think it was more like who I knew and being in the industry. You know, like when I was getting in the industry, Dispo weed was better. But it's because everyone who I knew was just like a friend of a friend of a friend who I picked up in a car in a random parking lot. You know, and it was so sketch. So now it's safer for all these younger kids and shit.
Yeah, I mean, they walk into a shop and they just go, "Oh, you want high THC?" And they're like, "Sold." And you're like, "Ah, dang." You're like, it's that easy nowadays. Well, that's how it is with pre-rolls, though. People are going into the store and they're buying the pre-rolls. Think about this, dude. Most of the consumers don't even understand what's even in the pre-rolls. They go, "Oh, this is a good product." It's like 80. I don't know. I'm going to shoot a number out there. 80% probably filled with
here's
like
my
trim
thing.
for most of them. I mean, we're reviewing some of them, and some of them aren't even like, they're not even. It's just like you hit it a couple times and the flavor's gone,
It's
right?
garbage, yeah.
So,
but that's my big thing, though. Like, okay, so what about shoe on the other foot, man? What about like street wax? You know what I mean? Like, Dispo wax to me has always been better what I've got, but like for a while. And then like when I came here, I met Goshik, you know, and I went to that Vehicle City, and I was like, okay, I got another good brand. Like there was like every once in a while, you're like they peep through. But I think generally, like some of the shops, the bigger money, have access to better machines. You know, maybe not rosin, but some of that solvent stuff turns out better looking. You know, in the dispo.
Paint pretends on the processor. It's all in the
all
processor.
All about cultivator, all about processor. You know?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it because I was curious. We got a bunch of overrated, underrated, but overpriced. It's got to stay the way black market's crushing it unless someone is willing to give it away. Nothing black market will thrive. Interesting. So, yeah, we got some good comments. So.
Yeah, because a lot of them are just trying to make money. Clearly full of PG. They're just trying to get weight. And then they're just trying to go for high THC. Gotta go for the flavors and terps. Gotta. My opinion. What do you got next, Groovee?
Well, this one's a little bit to the growers out there. So this is one that I'm gonna let you kind of mention because I'm not exactly sure what to say. I don't even know what you're talking about. We're talking about salt-based growing techniques. That's what I put. I didn't want to put the company specific because I don't know anything about this because we're gonna do some growing stuff right here. What do you think, Dave? Because I don't know shit. I have no idea right now.
As I'm switching to all organic, but I'm all about the organic, fully organic, so living soil.
Okay, so living soil. So do you think this is overrated then? Because it seems to be everywhere.
Everyone's doing it.
Different types of salts.
There's a lot of cultivators doing it. But, I mean, it's not bad, though. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it's all based off of preference, I would say.
That's what I was going to say. Like, why would it matter how you grow? I mean, because I know your flavor, right? Your flavor matters, but soil, you got people
putting in the plant, you're going to consume that product, though, too.
Right, but you got people doing it through water. You got people just putting roots, like deep root. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, deep water cultivation.
I used to think there was a different in the buds. Now I'm realizing if you dial in how to grow it, like...
I'm not going to say it's overrated because a lot of people are doing it in the industry. So a lot of people are obviously
maybe I should put growing medium. Like maybe that's what I should put is growing medium overrated.
There's so many different growing mediums.
So I still got salt-based growing techniques, but I'm going to put growing medium. Like no, I'm saying like does it matter? Like is it overrated that it matters or does it not? Because people are growing hydro, that's pretty good. People are growing deep water, it's pretty good. People are growing living soil, it's pretty good. People are growing... See my point?
Yep.
Like, does your medium matter? Like, is soil overrated nowadays?
I mean, it's a lot of soil depending on your pots too. You know, some people that just do those what are they called? Not hydrogen cubes. What the fuck? Rock wool cubes, and they're just growing in those. Those are, I mean, I'm pretty sure those are pretty bad for the environment too, if I'm not mistaken. I thought someone was telling us that. Besides the point.
Well, I thought because you had to just throw them out.
Right. Like soil, obviously, you can reuse.
Right.
But if you're going to do it like the green way, the best way probably would be Mother Nature, right, outdoors. But obviously in Michigan, you can't do it all the time. So, like, I'd probably go with some LEDs and some living soil, you know. Some soil.
Salt-based, overrated, and bad for the environment, Dave Cobb says. Some people do salts and organics together. Okay,
yep, I've done that.
Wait, a 1-2 punch me in the face there. I don't even know what to call that now.
Organic bottle. Well, I guess any bottle people would consider it salt-based, even if it's organic. So that's up for debate.
Well, I can't say growing techniques because growing techniques is definitely not overrated, underrated. You know what I mean? Like growing techniques matter, but like I guess the medium seems not to matter as much, and it's kind of interesting to me because I don't really know.
I mean, it all depends on. I mean, for me, it does matter because I tried cocoa and I didn't do as good in cocoa compared to doing it in soil or living soil, you know, or even doing a cocoa 50 like a 75-25
this is my own ignorance because I don't grow, right? I just consume and I love it. But
so I've had best success in soil personally. So for me, I mean, it matters, you know. I've done hydro. That was how I started.
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Either was cocoa for the best.
Well, that's what you do. You have your own little recipe thing. Like everyone dials it in your own way, right? But I guess what I'm trying to say is I smoked some bud that was I would have never guessed was like because as I said, I used to have this weird attachment with hydroponic weed because I always thought it was more airy buds. But like then I started smoking that deep water stuff, and I couldn't really, I don't know, I couldn't tell the difference. So like I said, this is my own ignorance here. But oh hey, Ghostbusters is saying check out Bio 365. Yes, it does matter. Okay, good. and that's why I use living cocoa. Whoa, I didn't even know you could do that.
Okay.
So that's kind of like
Living
water. Why isn't cocoa kind of like a hydro? The way it moves through it consistently. Like because don't you have to keep feeding it water because it doesn't hold cocoa, right?
No.
That's what I thought. That's okay. That's what I thought.
Nope, you're absolutely right, man.
Okay. Wow. So, I guess then that
So
kind
the
of
water's
leads
not
over
sitting
to
at all.
like, are LEDs overrated? Because I mean, again, I don't know.
Ooh.
What do you think? Because you went from HPS to HPS mixing LEDs to LEDs, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I mean, I feel like your flavor's dialed in, but that might just be because you've been dialing in your medium.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think? Do LEDs really grow better weed? Because I mean, if you grow it right, it's grown right?
I mean, HPS. You could HPS cultivate commercial style is probably not bad, because you probably have more room. The heat's okay. I like the LEDs because I don't know, it's supposed to be energy efficient. The one thing that's overrated is the freaking price on them. They are so expensive.
Yeah.
So to be able to buy an LED light over an HPS in the ballast or the wing or the hood or however you want to hook it up is a lot cheaper than the LED. So you won't see like savings on the LED right away, but the LEDs will last longer, so you won't have to keep buying the bulbs. I enjoyed HPS, and that's what I used always. I have used CMH, which is ceramic metal halide, I think.
Yeah.
And those are not bad, But I kind of dig the LEDs, man. I feel like the terp profile is really nice. You can grow so close to the light. It's like very cool.
So maybe it sounds perfectly rated then. Sounds like they're rated as such is that they are really good for indoor growing.
I like them.
I mean, if you had high ceilings, maybe it doesn't matter as much. But like you said, if you're working inside a house in a basement, like you got a ceiling and a low ceiling, like you want to get as close as you can. So I can see it as perfectly rated.
Well, yeah, because when it's you can't get the buds too close to an HPS.
Okay.
It's actually 1,000 watt.
Okay, I like it. I got a couple more of your growing ones. I want to just stick with them in a row, get them out, and I got a couple fun ones at the end. Glass jars for flower. I think you meant by curing, like versus bag, or just in general for storage.
That's a good question.
I didn't understand.
I was gonna go either way.
Either
so
or.
yeah, either way.
So
I
for
guess
me,
I guess
it's
it
gonna
go.
be
I guess it go 2 ways. Yeah.
All right, so you answer curing. I'll answer just personal use. I think they're way overrated for personal. Because, I mean, dude, bags are fine, man. Our plastic jars, I know people don't like them, but, I mean, and I'll be honest, like, I hate to just keep giving, I like for storage, I don't know as far as curing, but the Grove bags or whatever, they're sweet for storage. They're light, they're bags, it's much easier than carrying jars around, so I like bags, just got to have the right bag.
Yeah.
So, overrated. But as far as curing goes,
I cured in jars for the longest time.
I thought everyone cured in jars until I found out about this bag technique
until
thing.
we met Grove Bags at CannaCon actually last year.
Yeah.
I go back and forth between the bags and the Grove Bags actually. Between the jars and Grove Bags. I think I said the same thing, but I go back and forth. I like to store them in the bags, but sometimes I'll put the bud first in the glass jar, still burp it for a little bit and make sure the buds dry out. Perfect, more so you take out as much moisture, because then once you throw them in those Grove Bags, the Grove Bags locks the moisture pretty much in it, so you want to make sure none of the water's still in it. So it's like a mixed technique.
I'm sorry, I missed a couple for the growing and the soil part. Ron said that Holland growers have been using the same perlite chunks for like 3 decades. So perlite chunks, I mean, are they reusable and they just keep reusing the soil? Like, that's fascinating to me because that's pretty damn sweet. Because that might be the most efficient thing I've ever even heard of. Maybe hydro is the cleanest, but we got living soil. It's charged with cocoa. Is charged with biohair.
That's a living cocoa.
Yeah. What's up, Joe Clark Base? Yes, that's interesting. The soil. I reviews the soil has been used with salts.
Just with the perlite, nothing else, really. That's pretty crazy. Perlite's just a little white. I don't know.
The cubes?
Yeah, you break them down like little white particles in the soil or in your cocoa, or you can buy the bags and add it in.
Oh.
Unless there's a perlite
Is it
cube.
like
I'm thinking of
newts?
Perlite, that's the white perlite in
Are
soil.
they nutrients?
I mean, no,
I don't understand.
think
Isn't he just reuse the same soil?
I don't know.
I don't know. No.
I'm not too sure.
Put some info on the perlite in the chat, Ron. We appreciate it on YouTube. The jars I use are UV white double walled glass jar. Sunlight kills.
Yeah, I was
terps.
just reading
We talk
that.
about
That
it
sounds
all the
dope.
time. We talk about it all the time.
Oh.
Storage and cure and grow bags. Terp lock. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, grow bags. That's interesting.
So that's we had to kind of do the similar thing. I start with the mason jar and then I go into
The bags.
Yeah.
For the long term. Yeah.
It does keep the terps, man. It does. They do got something there. It's a good product. And if you like terps, then obviously you want to preserve them as long as possible, right? So, but I do want to say I appreciate everyone tuning in today.
Yeah.
Commenting, sharing, liking. If you are tuning in, hit that like button, share that button. We appreciate it. Much love. Like we said, we'll be off this Saturday and next
taking a week
Tuesday,
off.
so we will be back the 28th of May for the Wake and Bake. We have 2 new episodes coming out still. We have DNK Grower, so you'll get a little insight into who DNK is, the team over there, what it was like entering the High Times Cup, and new strains coming out. So
Cheers.
that
Before
is
we get out of
DNK.
here, give a dab because I'm gonna miss y'all next week.
And then we also have an influencer who is a sommelier in wine, who's also
Yeah, he does a
in the
podcast out in Chicago.
cannabis industry. So we have him on as well too. So it'll be the next 2 episodes.
Got a
I feel like
couple
you
good
should do
interviews.
another. What's it called though?
Oh no, I wasn't done.
one more,
I'm not done. I was just taking out my dad. I just literally lit it.
Oh, I'm about to take a dab too, as I'm still
Um,
hitting this.
It looks like Glass Jars is still pulled up. Give me 1 second.
They use perlite rocks. Okay, like the size of golf balls or a little.
I got one. We didn't do this. This will be fun. Because I think it's perfectly rated. Or underrated, actually.
Whoa.
Filters and joints. What's up? Underrated.
All right.
Underrated.
All right.
Underrated.
I love this one because we always talk about it. It's such a good debate,
Yeah,
really.
you're
And
just
honestly,
wrong every time. But keep going. Dude,
Yeah,
who
man.
likes salad in their mouth? And like, dude, if
Oh
it's
my
good taste,
God.
and if it's good tasting bud, the flavor's gonna come through.
true. But sometimes though,
MD processing. What's up?
sometimes it is nice to just, I go back and forth on it, so it's tough. Like, I'm not gonna name who it is 'cause if they're listening.
Dave's
it's
like,
funny,
clearly it's over underrated.
right? No, but like they're like, you put a filter in this joint, they don't even want to hit it. So like I specifically rolled them up. And I'm like, here you go. Here's some joints that are non filters. And I'm very happy. But
Was that M's family? Yeah, I just had a feeling.
yeah, mom.
I just had a feeling. I mean, look, Dalo Flower said no filters in my J. Some people are very specific. On
So
those
like
things.
now I get on those kicks where I don't put filters, and be honest, with no filters, the joint burnt to me. Sometimes it burns slower. I don't know if it's because all the resin's getting down there. So maybe I'm just getting more stoned, or I'm just like super stoned. I don't know. But sometimes I feel like with no
Sit there
filter,
and
it's burning
lie.
slow if there's no concentrate or anything in it, right? But
Ooh, we got to overrate in the comments. That's what I was waiting for. I knew someone was gonna say overrated.
filters are overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can agree with
Dalo
that.
says I'm not gonna turn it down. Like, I like
No,
that.
hell no, hell no. Yeah, no.
Well, no, it sounds like some people would though. I mean, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna turn down a joint that has a filter in it. No, I like to mix it up though.
I love how,
Something for-
dude, Dave Cobb spelled it out overrated. I
Oh
love
my
it.
dude.
Oh, and he even spelled out underrated with periods. Ooh, we're getting challenging. I'm pulling up these comments because they're funny. Well, because I knew I had to talk about this because you're wrong, all of you. Just kidding.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
hates
taste like
he
cardboard.
He hates
I-
anything
okay,
that
what are
does
you using?
not have a
Cardboard?
filter.
I don't hate it, dude. I just don't, dude. It gets the stickiness on your lips, and because it doesn't taste as good to me. So it was just crazy. Everyone argues it tastes better because I think when you get that resin on your lips and shit, it kind of takes away from the flower taste. No, all right. Dave's looking at me like I just called his mama hoe. Okay, mama, I am just kidding.
Man, that's funny, dude. That's funny, man.
Oh, see, we got
Right now I'm on the
I could literally go overrated. I go
Underrated.
underrated.
Right now I'm on the kick that filters are like, I don't know. It's tough. I'd probably have to go maybe a little overrated right now. But I've been enjoying the
Perfectly
non-filters.
rated. We got a perfectly rated.
Okay, I can fuck with that. I can go with that
Yeah.
because sometimes, yeah.
Clones blow. Love it. Ron, you're all wrong. I love it. I knew it.
It's great. That's often great. It just depends, man.
That's how you know it's good. I mean, to a degree. Sometimes if it gets over resonated, you can't even finish the joint. Like, that's not enjoyable either. You want a decent amount of resin buildup, like, but you want to be able to pull through too.
Man, to me, if there's a little bit of a roach, if there's a little bit of a roach, it's all right.
That line and pulls through. Yeah, dude, I'm just talking about, dude, we've smoked, like, you know what I'm talking about. We smoked somewhere they were just bad. Like, but you're right, the resin glands are good. So it's like kind of like a back and forth thing. You still want it to pull through, though. I don't want to smoke it and not be able to smoke half.
As long as you don't, like, mat it down, like, you know, with no filter, you should be good. Don't pinch it, you know?
Yeah. And I will agree. I mean, cones might be convenient, but I roll my own joints. I don't buy cones.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cones. Those are so overrated.
We did it so we could give away some joints, like when we were at whatever.
Well,
Hash Bash, but that was just because we were quick and we didn't want to like get our germs all over it.
Yeah, exactly. People are going to take a cone probably because you're just doing a simple pack over us going. I mean, we didn't have the glue. I mean, we could have the glue and done that or something.
Yeah,
but
a little fancy for me.
Quicker for us just to pack the joints.
A little fancy.
But preferably no cones.
No cones.
Oh, that's a good one. Is a spliff, dude. So that's all I smoke in Europe.
Spliffs? Oh, bro.
All day.
My buddy that I knew from she lived it like I was boys with in Chicago. Still friends with him. He just lives in Canada now. He's from Turkey. That's all he smoked. I was like, dude, you got to get off this. I just make him hit my bowl once, and he'd be like stoned off 2 hits because he's not used to just hitting straight weed.
Right.
So he'd be like, wow. And I'd be like, dude, bowls. I think I got him into smoking just weed. But, yeah, him and his wife are awesome. Miss you.
That's great, man. That's great.
Get a little blurry. I'm out of focus again.
Cones are spliffs.
I'm
and no spliffs
now
in
I'm
the
back.
USA.
Cones are spliffs. I thought spliffs were the mixes. And no spliffs in the USA.
Tobacco, yeah.
Not many people do those.
No, man, no. Overrated.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I mean, that's all I got.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone
tuning in. Yeah.
Tuning in tonight, kicking it with us on Terp Talk Tuesday. Talking overrated, underrated in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, it was a fun little game. We have more left.
Yeah, we got tons.
I just was like, honestly.
Now this guy's got to pack and get ready.
Yeah,
He's got
I have to get to the airport.
Yeah, pay attention. I'll let you guys know. We'll be dropping a bunch of High Times reviews over the next next 8 days, 10 days. There'll be while we're not going live. We'll have 2 episodes. We'll have content on the website. There'll be some vlogs. High Times reviews.
I think you have them on. There's a bunch still there.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw them be working on.
Yeah, I know. I just thinking. Yeah. We got some content.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of content coming out. Also, we just created a TikTok. Weird.
Oh yeah, I created one too. I don't know.
Yeah, so did I for CannaDave.
Trying to be hip with the kiddos. No, I'm just kidding. I made one.
Yeah, so if you want to follow us on TikTok, it's my CannaCast.
It might last. I don't know.
Who knows? We're just throwing up some different content there.
So someone said we had to.
Yeah.
Here we are.
There we go. So there we are.
Yeah.
But
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Safe travels for you.
Yeah. Honestly, I will miss all your beautiful comments and statements, and we will be chatting soon. You got anything else before we get out of here? I got a gig on May 28th as well, so the day we're back, we'll be talking about it. If you don't catch Movement, or if you are going to be in Detroit, either way, it's not nearly as expensive as Movement. Garden Theater, I'll be opening up. Opio's closing out. Smith, if you're into like the weird bass music, Smith's playing too. But Opio, I love him. He's from Australia. Funky bass music, I love it. So happy to be opening up. And that's, got some other stuff coming up in June too. I got another gig. So we got tons of good interviews coming up. We're talking with some great companies to do more interviews. So I'm really excited for the content. So
yeah, we got a lot planned coming for the second half of the year once June kicks off, because that's when we'll be bringing a bunch of stuff back out. So appreciate y'all tuning in, commenting, having a great sesh tonight. Hope you guys all have a great couple 10 days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in a little bit. But till the next time, y'all, smoke good.
And as always, we're here to advocate,
educate,
and inspire.
Till next time, y'all.
Peace.